Good afternoon, and welcome to the Gator Wesley Bios. Today on the show, we have Jorge. Thank you for coming on the show.
Hey, JC. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. Why don't we go ahead and get started by having you tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, my name is Jorge Alexis Araujo. I am 22 years old. I was born in Lima, Peru, the capital of Peru, in South America. I moved to Miami when I was 2.5 years old. I have a sister. She's awesome. I love my sister very much. Her name is Lynette Araujo, and she goes to FIU. Go Panthers and go Gators also, obviously. Yeah, I love my sister a lot. She's 2.5 years younger than me, and yeah, I'm going to school here at the University of Florida, and I'm having a great time here at Gator Wesley.
Let's go ahead and jump back a little bit. You mentioned that you were from Peru.
Yes,
sir.
Can
you dwell in on that a little bit?
Yeah, my dad's from Peru, from Ayacucho. He lives up in the mountains. Oh, his family was from up in the mountains, and he was the first person in his family to move from Peru down from Ayacucho down to the city in Lima. He went down on his own. He worked hard. He started off as a dishwasher and worked his way up in really, really nice restaurants and brought his family down from the mountains so they could start living in the city. And eventually he was like, he wanted to start a new life here in America. It all worked out. He came here. He met my mom here. My mom's from Colombia and from Medellin. She's Paisa, and which is just what they call the people from her city. And yeah, they met here in Miami, and it's been amazing.
Can you go on a little bit on Miami? You're growing up to Miami, and your parents, and what kind of influence they had on you in your life, and also your sister when she came in. How did you deal with that as well?
Awesome, cool. Well, my family they mean everything to me. I love them to death. That sounds terrible, but I love them with all my heart. I love them so much.
That's understandable. We all love our parents in our own unique ways.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. And both my parents have taught me a lot. They're two completely different people with a lot in common, but they've taught me a lot of. They've definitely made me the man that I am today, along with a lot of other people that have influenced my life. Everyone. Well, anyways. So yeah, my parents always pushed for me to do really well in school. They didn't push me to a limit where I didn't enjoy what I was doing, but they always knew it was important for me to get a good education so I could go to college and be a professional, because that was something they didn't get the chance to do. And they wanted for me and my sister to have a better life than they did, And so school is always really important for us. Being active was also really important for us. So I love playing sports with my family. My dad got me into soccer, into football, into basketball. I love sports. I love playing sports. And in Miami, that's all we did, We'd get out of school, go to the park, go play some soccer, some football, some baseball, whatever, We just like to hang out in the grass, get dirty, come back. And I love my sister a lot. She's done a lot for me. We've been through a lot together, great, amazing times and hard times, But we've stuck together. She's one of my best friends, for sure. We talk pretty frequently, I'd say. She loves playing sports with me. She loves playing video games with me. We love talking about what's going on in the news. And I don't know, she's just someone that I enjoy spending a lot of time with, and I know will always be there for me.
Let's jump back a little bit. And you did grow up in Miami, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How was it growing up in Miami and also now moving to Gainesville compared to from here to there?
Oh, that's a really good question, because growing up in Miami, you're exposed to lots of different kinds of people, but the majority of the people down there are Hispanic. And, so growing up, I was used to just being around a lot of Hispanic people, and I had friends of all races, I had Asian friends, white friends, black friends, Hispanic friends, whatever other races there are that I'm missing, But that's just what I was used to. And then when I got to the point where I had to start applying for colleges, I applied to UF just because I knew it was the best school in Florida. That was a state college that I would be able to use Bright Futures for and get my education done. And
all right. So you mentioned that you decided to go to UF. What exactly drew you to the University of Florida? Exactly for you?
Well, actually, when I was a kid growing up, I was watching football with my uncle, and we were watching a Florida Gators versus the Miami Hurricanes game. And he asked me, Jorge, what team are you going for? And I didn't really watch football that much back then, so I was just like, I like the orange and blue team. And he was like, really? And like all my friends were going for the Hurricanes. Everyone at that party, at the game watching party was going for the Hurricanes. I was like, I don't know. I just like, there's something about the Gators I like. And so I guess I was a Gator since then, sort of, not really. But, I got to a point to apply for colleges. I wanted to get into aerospace engineering. And I knew that UF had a very good engineering program. And that if I pushed myself hard enough, that I'd be able to go to a great school with really amazing opportunities.
So you chose the University of Florida, correct?
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
And you decided to become an aerospace and mechanical engineer, correct?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now what drew you to that, and what did it mean for you to be a double major, for one, for two, choosing those degrees itself, and what do you plan on doing with that?
All right, cool. Well, actually, how I started was in 8th grade doing a science fair project, doing a paper airplane project, and I was just studying about, I guess I was just studying about lift and how a bigger surface area leads to more lift, and so whatever. The point is, I did a science fair project with airplanes, and I loved it a lot, and I was like, I want to do this for a job, and I've always loved numbers, I've always loved math, and I love problem solving, I love science, and so I'd say since about 7th or 8th grade, I think it was 8th grade that I did my science fair project on it. I've been in love, I've always been in love with flying. I've always wanted to fly. I've always wanted to be able to do that. So it just went hand in hand, and it was something that I really, really wanted to do.
And it seems like a very, very nice field for you to go into. It's very lucrative.
Yeah, definitely.
So far. Everybody flies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, what have your experiences been since you've been to University of Florida? And what year are you at?
Well, I'm in my 5th year right now of engineering. I graduate this December of 2012. And I have had amazing experiences here at the University of Florida. I moved in with my roommate, Travis Hornsby, my sophomore year. And he's the one that introduced me to Wesley. I actually thought he was extremely annoying when we first started living together, and I tried to avoid him at first. He constantly kept inviting me to go hang out with him and his church friends, and at the time I didn't have a church that I went to, and I just tried to avoid him. I just didn't want to be a part of it, but he got so insistent, and I was just one day I was just like, what, I'll give it a shot, sure. And I went to a flag football practice, and I met a lot of really awesome people, and they just accepted me with open arms and quickly became involved in Gator Wesley, and eventually joined the leadership meeting, the leadership team, and did outreach, and started reaching out to people, trying to bring in as many people as I could to this amazing ministry, because they've done so much for me. Dave Fuqua has done an amazing job here, and he's blessed us with an amazing community, people that I can always count on to be there for me. And I've met lots of amazing people, like my roommates. A few of them have graduated already, but like Travis Hornsby and Ren Juriak have moved out, and Klaus Westring, and Roy Hornsby, a friend of Travis, actually his brother. And it's really funny because Travis Hornsby and Roy Hornsby are two completely different people.
And right, and a lot of our viewers probably do know that they are two totally different people.
Oh,
but getting back to you.
Yeah, they're just so different, and it's just really funny that I'm really good friends with both of them,
And you mentioned the Gator Wesley Foundation, correct?
Yeah.
And you were a big part of. You've been a big part of the Gator Wesley Foundation, and a lot of our viewers do know that you do come around very often, and you started with the intramurals as well. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've done with the intramurals?
Well, I started off with flag football, like I said. I loved it a lot. Going to practice, just bonding with the teammates, and just had a great time. It didn't feel like it was just they were just amazing people. The thing is, Gator Wesley is my family away from home. I don't know. It was just the team quickly grew together, and we started bonding as just throwing a football around. I know it sounds really lame, but
no, it's not at all. And we do understand a lot of people that do get involved at Wesley, their first introduction to it is our intramural program.
Yeah. I started off with flag football, but then I went into soccer. We did volleyball for a while. I didn't do that too much, but I did a little bit of it. I did a little bit of softball, ultimate frisbee, and yeah, it's been awesome.
Cool, and very nice. And we're very glad to have you here at the Gator Wesley Foundation.
Thanks, pal. To sum it up, Gator Wesley is my family. They're amazing.
We're getting to the end of our show today, and we want to thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, with our last few moments, is there anything else you'd like to tell our viewers that they probably don't know about you or should know about you?
They don't know about me or should know about me? Well, they should know that I love my family. I love my friends. I'll do anything for them. Hopefully, I've showed that to you guys, to my friends. If I haven't, I'm sorry. I need to do a better job, but I hope you guys know that I care about you a lot with all my heart. And I love Kelly.
Okay, and we thank you again for coming on the show today. And this has been Jorge.
Thanks.
And this has been the Gator Wesley Bio, produced by James Jordan, and produced on location at the Gator Wesley Foundation, which is a campus community of the United Methodist Church that services Santa Fe College and University. Thank you for tuning in today, and look next time. We have more people, more stories, and more Gator Wesley Bio. Thank you very much, and good day.